I was explaining about the facings. You can see I have already also cut them. That's the front part, and also we have the facing of the front part. So the facing means cutting the same thing, and then you make them together in order to bring out the finished neckline. So what I'm going to do here, this one I think it is understandable. We cut the same like this one when they are of this equal size. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to draft the sleeve. So assuming this is our material, you're seeing this is not a half of it, but it's a whole sleeve. It is a whole one. If I put it in my dress, so it will be all, you can see this, it can be all around me, it can be around my arm. So what I'm also going to do is just the same. I'm going to fold this paper, please observe properly, assuming this is our material. Are you seeing this? This is our material. We are going to draft the sleeve. I'm going to fold the hem of my sleeve. Remember, with always ladies garments, we put linings to double our sleeve. We always double our sleeves. But now for this one here, instead of adding 1 inch, we are going to add 1.5 inches if at all you don't have lining from the hemline. So if you have the lining, then leave 1 inch. Let me show you an example of something that I've done. I'm very detailed, I'm sorry to say. So you can see this. When I drafted this sleeve, when I drafted it, since I was going to put the lining, I had to leave 1 inch. And then I cut the lining. Since my full length was 9, I added 1 inch. But now when I'm cutting the lining, this is the lining, you can see the brown thing, it is 8. It's less by 1 inch. So when I double this, you can see that outside my cloth there is no seam which is seen. There is no stitched threads which are seen here because everything is covered in. So it's up to you. If you're going to use the lining, if you're going to double this, then please measure the lining less by 8. So if you are not going to double, if you are just going to hem it, please leave 1.5 inches at the hemline. Leave 1 inch here at the hemline. So I'm going to measure 1.5 inches. This is 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Remember, it is on fold. It's on fold. When we are drafting the sleeves, we draft them on cross grain, not on straight grain. The collar, the waistband, the sleeves, we draft them on cross grain, not on straight grain. Quote that. So here I come. My full length of this sleeve was 9, and then the sleeve length, the sleeve round was 12. So we said 12 divided by 2, we got 6 plus 1. Now here from our sleeve length was 9, and then we said we added 1 inch for the hemming allowance. So it depends. What are you going to make? Are you going to double? Are you going to put the lining in? Or are you going just to fold it? So if you're going to fold, please add 1.5 inches. The half will go, observe this, a half will go like that. That is a half. and then the 1 inch will remain. I am too detailed, very sorry to say this. So what we are going to do is to come to our sleeve length. What was the sleeve length? The sleeve length was 9. So remember, the 9 begins from where the hemline is. So you say, wow, this is 9. Great. So just do that. I am drafting this sleeve on fold, just like the way the material is drafted. So say, come here and say, okay, my sleeve is 6 plus 1 inch. I think here. So how do we get this? Remember, we said that there's a difference between drafting the ladies' sleeve and then the men's sleeve. How do we get the bust line? How do we get the bust line? So